we used to do these development updates. Fat Shark used to release development updates every 2 to 3 weeks, and we used to talk about them.
They said, they committed.
Yeah, committed every 2 weeks. And then we got a couple of delays, but that's fine. It is what it is. We are currently at almost 2 months, about 5 days away from 2 months from the last development update. The last one we had was the release of the Scout. And that kind of made me wonder, like, hey, this seems like about the same time frame as when we started to get the push from HDZero, right? Because all of a sudden we saw Carl come out and go like, hey, we want to get this hardware out. He's posting on RC groups and like making improvements. They started posting things on their own site, selling the camera, things like that. And it seems like around the same time frame. So I just got to wonder, like, hey, where's those updates at?
Well, I mean, it's valid to ask that, and like there was a time when the update was like a little bit late, and it's not like we're not like jumping down Shark Byte's throat, going, "Hey, you're 2 days late." Shit happens. We know that, but it's been it's like 6 weeks since the last update, and I think it's totally valid to ask what happened. They released the Scout goggle, the Scout HD goggle. They said this is a pre-release test. We're going to be working on these other goggles, the final version of it. And we're seeing these updates from Ryan Quellet, who is working directly with Carl at HDZero. Ryan Quellet just released a development update, didn't he? 1 watt VTX, etc.
Pretty much.
Why is Fat Shark not releasing those updates? Why does it seem like Ryan Quellet and Shark Byte are driving the development, and Fat Shark has just sort of gone silent?
Yeah, HDZero. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So. No, we don't. And to be clear, we don't know the answer. This is not a news piece where we'll go, and it turns out that, which is weird because like Fat Shark got bought by Red Cat. Red Cat raised $60-ish million. Yes. So it seems like there should be plenty of money for Fat Shark to be like making goggles or making VTXs, and it doesn't seem like they are.
We'll talk about it a little later when we review, but when we review Red Cat's earnings call, but they do mention like Fat Shark was our biggest earner, our largest revenue source, and they're pushing with digital goggles. So it's like, it's weird that it's like in their lines. So hopefully we see an update from them and they continue to push. I think the rumor was, and the obvious thing was like, we'll have an entry-level goggle of the Scout, and then we'll have a full-size goggle, like an HDO3 style goggle that would be a digital only goggle or a digital plus analog goggle. That would have the HDMI that they discussed because they polled, the goggles have HDMI, but the Scouts don't have it. So what goggles would those be? It has to be a new premium goggle, right? So I just wonder where those are.
Well, there's a MC's Creations in the chat says, Fat Shark's owner, that's Greg. Greg's attitude explains it, unfortunately. I'm not going to weigh in on Greg's attitude. That would be, I'm not going to do that. But you noted that Alan Evans, who is the VP of Fat Shark, has been for years. You noted that did he take a position at Red Cat?
Yeah, he's it's not CFO, something like that at Red Cat. Yeah, he's has some position at Red Cat, and then they added another position for him in their recent updates on the earnings call, where he's now a CEO of another global defense solutions position at Red Cat, I believe. So
and I have noticed times in the past when Greg has made some public statements and has expressed a little bit of a negative attitude towards people who want things from his company or want things from his products, and have thought, it's nice that there's somebody like Alan there to, and then Chad Capper got hired as director of marketing or whatever. He's a marketing position. I'm not sure if it's director level or whatever, but and I heard rumors that he was the one who was writing the development updates. I was like, oh, these development updates are very well written. Clearly, Greg didn't write these. Not that Greg isn't an eloquent man, just there was no sort of, fine, you guys. That we made this product that you asked for. It was really hard. Okay, now I was going to restrain myself, but
so lack of shade, I think.
Lack of shade, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I thought, oh, it's great that Alan is there and Greg and Chad is there to help. So because Greg made the company, Greg contributes a lot. The company Fat Shark wouldn't exist without him, but sometimes CEOs need to not be public facing quite as much. And it felt like that was going on. And so I wonder, and again, we don't have an answer here, but if Alan is now working at this position at Red Cat and has this other position, and I wonder if that might explain why Fat Shark has lost some momentum, that Greg isn't driving the development in the way that he used to. I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's great that HDZero is driving the development, but as Carl hinted at in his interview with Chris Rosser, HDZero is not good at making FPV VTX's goggles. That is not their area of expertise. They make wireless video transmission systems, and they need a partner to make the things like the goggles and the VTXs. So I hope someone steps up. If Fat Shark isn't, in some way, or even if they are, I hope somebody like a TBS or like Immersion RC or like a Rush Racing steps up, or like a Skyzone. Skyzone HDZero goggles, right? Yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
God, Skyzone would kill at this, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and I don't know if any of them are listening, but I'll just say this, like, you don't even have to do it. Just tell us why you can't. That's fine. Like, if you, like, to me, that would be great. If you went to Carl and you said, hey, like, here's the chipsets I want, and here's what I want to do, and then you go back and forth, and then after a month, you find out, like, oh, this isn't feasible because of X, Y, Z. Sharing that with the community might help drive development of something to fix it. And I'm sure Carl would push to change things to make it work for you, since he seems hell-bent on making this work. So, I don't know. I just
but he doesn't know. He doesn't know why. I mean, he'll figure it out given enough time, but that's not where he's going to excel. I guarantee you, if Carl got in the same room as TBS engineers, we would get a giant quantum leap forward in the quality and performance and feature set of the Shark Byte video transmitter, the HDZero video transmitter. Same thing for Tony Cake from Immersion RC. Same thing for with goggles, right? Daniel from Skyzone, give us an HDZero goggle. Let's see it.